Hey you guys, it's Sharae, and today I am going to be doing a video talking about 15 things that you can do to be productive while quarantining. I'm not even going to say just for the quarantine. This video can be 15 productive things that you can do year round, because when this quarantine is over with, these are still 15 things that you can do to stay productive. So let's not just limit it to the quarantine. I know a lot of you guys have been locked in the house going crazy because y'all have been TikToked out and Savage challenged out, and y'all have done everything that you can possibly think of doing for entertainment. You binge watched all the shows, you finished all the seasons already, and you don't know what to do with yourselves. Like, I can tell you guys haven't been alone with yourselves for this long at a time before, because some of y'all going a little crazy, some of y'all doing the most. Been alone with yourselves 20 minutes and y'all bored. It's okay, I got you. You guys, make sure you like this video if you hear anything that you like. I like that. Comment, tell me what's some things that you're doing while you're quarantining, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you'll be the first to know every single time I upload a new video. So I'm going to be snacking on these little chocolate covered strawberries that I made. I made a video of how I made these wine soaked chocolate covered strawberries. So if you're looking for a good quarantine and chill snack, make sure you check that video out too after this one. With all else said, let's get into this video. Number one, I would say watch or listen to informative content. And the reason why I say that is because it's so much information out there and things. First of all, it's so much stuff in general out there that you can get distracted with. But if you're going to be quarantining and you're stuck in the house, you definitely want to be filling yourself with knowledge and things that's informative. For example, informative podcasts. I know it's one podcast, it's called, well, I know it's a YouTube channel, I think it's a podcast as well. It is a podcast. It's called Earn Your Leisure, and they teach you a lot about entrepreneurship, investing, stocks, saving money. They have different guests and people come on the show and they talk about different things, and it's very, very informative. Sometimes certain things can go over your head if it's something that you're not that knowledgeable about, but it's great to listen to because then you can learn about the different topics. That's definitely a good one. Another YouTube channel that I really like it's called Be Inspired. Just about every morning they post different videos, and it's different inspirational things. Sometimes it could be a celebrity like Oprah or somebody like that that's just talking and doing a speech or just talking about different things that helps them be successful. So I feel like anything like that, anything that can help you be successful, whether it's financially, mentally, emotionally, Be Inspired talks about a lot of different little things like that. Another thing that you can watch are documentaries. For example, they have a new documentary out called Self-Made about Madam C.J. Walker, which was the first female entrepreneur that was a millionaire. So that would definitely be a good docu-series to watch if you just want to get inspired. Let's say you have a hair care business, or you make some type of natural hair products, or if you sell extension, if you sell makeup, skincare. Just being an entrepreneur in general, I feel like it's a lot that you can probably learn from that series. It's a big deal because we have all this knowledge and information at our fingertips, and I feel like a lot of us still don't utilize it. So for a woman to do that and have all the odds against her and just become a millionaire, that's a big deal. So I definitely would say different little docu-series and things that you can get inspired from. That's something that you could definitely do to be productive. And that one, you watching Netflix, it's on Netflix, a Netflix series. So you're watching something, but at the same time you're gaining something from it, and maybe some notes that you can take from it. So that's one thing that you can do. The second thing that you can do to be productive is create content. So whether you are a YouTuber, a podcaster, a photographer, a model, an artist, if you paint, if you're a rapper, a singer, whatever you do, use this time to get inspired and just hone in on your craft, create content, because while everybody's clowning around doing different things, which is fine, you gotta laugh to just get through this, but you definitely want to be creating content, because for once it's almost like the whole world is stopped and you got like a pause where you can just focus on whatever you want to do, no distraction. A lot of people don't have to go to work. A lot of people don't have to go here, go there, have people around them distracting them, or they don't have to deal with the fear of missing out, of going out, missing this party or anything like that. It's no party to miss. So focus on creating content if you are a content creator. If you are a model, this is your time. If you're stuck in the house, take some pictures in the house. If you're a photographer, take some pictures of whatever that's around you. If your family's around you. If you're a YouTuber, this is the best time to really make batch videos, because we got so much time on our hands. You gotta just keep your juices flowing and just keep yourself busy, because the idle mind is the devil's workshop. So you don't wanna have too much time on your hands and just do the wrong thing. So definitely try to be productive in that way by creating content, because it's something that can help you flourish. Another thing that you can do is read. So I know you guys are like reading, but I'm serious. You can read so many different things and get inspired. Even if it's a fictional book, you can get inspired by something in there. One of the best is The Alchemist. I love that book. That book is so good. It's life-changing. It's a fictional story, but at the same time you can just pull so many things from it, and it really just makes you think deeper, and it makes you question your life and why you did certain things in your life. So that's one book I really love, and I've been reading a couple of other books since then, but that's just one that I live by. If you've never read that book, you definitely want to read that. That's a typical book that everybody always says read, I feel like, though, but I really fell in love with that book. The Secret was another good book. I would say that The Alchemist to me was way better, but The Secret is really good because it talks about manifesting things that you want in life, and I really do feel like you can manifest the things that you want if you truly believe that you can have them. So that's a good book to read. And it's a lot of other good books. If you want to learn about certain things, now is the perfect time to read and really zone in. Something that I've been really interested in is the stock market. I invested a little bit of my money into some stock just to kind of get a feel for it and kind of play around with it and just see how it works, because I'm not too, I don't know everything about it, but I want to get my feet wet with that. So something that would be beneficial to me is reading a book about stocks, things like that, or investing. So it's always great to read. And even if you don't physically have any books on you, you can't go to the library, you can't go to the bookstore to get you a book, and Amazon won't send a book fast enough. Something that you can always do is go to Libby. I know here in Baton Rouge is Libby. Maybe it's different in different areas, I'm not sure, but I know that it's an app called Libby where you can go on there and you can find books to read, like ebooks, as well as audio books. It's really cool because you can go on there, you can find a book, check it out, and you can have it for like 20 something days on your phone to read it or listen to it if you got the audio book. Me personally, I like hardcover books. I like the old school. I'm old school with a lot of stuff, but I like old school books. I like to fill the pages. I like to put a bookmark in it. I like to highlight. I like to write notes in my book. So I prefer hard copy books. But Libby is really good if you just want something to listen to, or if you want to read an ebook. They have a lot of books on there. A lot of times they can get checked out with more people finding out about resources like that. They may, but all you need is your library card. So if you have a library card, then you'll be able to go on Libby and you got access to the library of online books and ebooks. So definitely check out Libby. Also check on YouTube too, because a lot of books, believe it or not, are on YouTube. If you search certain books, you can listen to the ebooks of certain books. Now it's kind of hard to find them because it's kind of like a copyright type situation, but you can definitely find a lot of books on YouTube as well. You just gotta really search for them, because I found a couple of books on YouTube and I may listen to them while I'm getting dressed in the morning. The next thing that you can do to be productive is work on your vision board. Not everybody does vision boards, but I feel like a vision board is very beneficial to see your goals and things that you want. Seeing your vision board every day will definitely inspire you, and it will make you realize your why. Why are you getting up every morning? When you look at your vision board, you see all the things that you want to accomplish. That's your why. Like what keeps you pushing and going and waking up, going to work, and things like that, your goals that you want to accomplish. So I would definitely say, if you haven't did your vision board, or if you started on a vision board and you didn't get a chance to finish because you're so busy all the time, that's something that you definitely want to work on. Because I'm telling you, vision boards have changed my life doing those, because it really just shows me my goals and keeps me on track and keeps me focused on my goals. And I made a video talking about vision boards where I go a little deeper into vision boards, how to make one, and how beneficial it's been to me in my life. And I show like some real life examples of things that I put on my vision board, and I put clips of those things actually coming into fruition. So definitely check out that video. I'll link it somewhere. Yeah, I'm plugging myself because you guys ain't doing nothing anyway, so you might as well watch some videos that's gonna help y'all. That would be one of those some informative content that you can watch. So definitely check that out so that you can learn how to do a vision board. But it's very, very beneficial in helping me accomplish my goals. And even some of the girls that we did the vision board party, some of my sisters in the organization that I'm in, we had a vision board party at the beginning of the year, and the girls, some of the ladies were telling me about how they've already manifested and received some of the things. One of my sisters, she put on there that she wanted a little dog, and we went to her house one night and it had like a little red table talk event, and her little dog was running around the house. So she ended up getting her dog. That was one of the things that was on her vision board. So that was really cool to see. And she was telling me about how, yeah girl, this was the dog, I put the dog on the vision board and I got it. So that was exciting. So definitely make a vision board. Something else that you can do to be productive is work on your business plan, because that's something that I feel like a lot of people always say, I would, but I don't have the time, or I wish I had more time to work on it, or blah blah blah. Right now you have nothing but time. So if it's a business that you've always been thinking about starting, or a business plan that you've been wanting to work on but you just don't know where to start, now is the time to really sit down. Or if you gotta lock yourself in a room, sit down on the floor and just get your laptop and start just one step at a time, or get a notebook and start one thing at a time with your business plan. That's just what you have to do. You can start off by finding a template online and just working through that template, or if you want to start from scratch. But I would definitely advise you to get a template, because it'll help guide you to make a business plan. But I feel like right now this is the time, because the economy is so screwed up right now. So eventually everything's gonna fall into place. I'm not saying everything is gonna be back to where it was, but we can't be in this state forever. So you definitely want to work on your business plans, because if it's something, a dream or something that you've had in your heart that you've always wanted to do, or a business that you've had in mind, you definitely want to take the time out and put that work in, because the things, the decisions and the things that you're doing now, the planning and all of that you're doing now, is what's going to set you up for the life that you want to have in the future. So everything starts with the decisions that we're making right now to this day. Like, that's what's so important about living in the moment, because everything that you're doing right now is the steps that will prepare you for your future and what's going to lead you to whatever type of future you're going to have. If you don't do anything productive and you're just wasting your time all the time, then it's going to lead you to a future with not very many opportunities. If you focus and you're working on different things and you just building and building and building towards your goal, you will, I feel like you will succeed. If it's meant to be, you will succeed. You have a business that's been stuck in your head, because the worst feeling ever is having an amazing idea for a business, and then somebody else goes and does the business that you were thinking about, and then you're like, that was my idea, they stole my idea. That's the thing. A lot of people come up with ideas. It's about the execution. So the business plan is what will help you execute those ideas, so nobody else comes along and does it before you do. So you definitely want to get on that. So I'm telling you, it's been so many times I would think of something that would just be revolutionary, and then somebody else comes up with it, or I see it on the shelves after I already thought of it, like new product, and I'm like, I thought of this. So you definitely want to make a business plan, because you know, you don't want nobody else doing what you had in your mind to do, and then they profiting off of it when you could have made it happen. So it's about execution. That business plan will help you get there. The next thing that you can do to be productive is write. If you've ever said that you wanted to write a book or anything like that, now's the time. Sit down, get your laptop or get your notebook, and just write. Just write whatever comes to your heart. whatever comes to your mind, just write. Or even journal. Let's say, for example, you're going through a lot mentally or emotionally. I feel like journaling is very I feel like journaling is very beneficial to expressing yourself and your emotions, and it helps you mentally because it's like a way of venting and getting things that's on your mind off and onto a page. And it's sometimes it's good to vent. Even if you're not venting to a person, it's good to just let it out somewhere. When I was at my lowest point in life and just having basically like a mental breakdown, I literally was having a mental breakdown, I started journaling and just writing down every day everything that I was feeling. And I'm not gonna lie, to be 100% honest with you, it felt so, it was a huge relief and like a weight lifted off my shoulders to get all those emotions and feelings out onto the page. And I had to write. I had to do it old school because I felt like writing everything that I was feeling out helped me get it out. Typing it, it's cool typing it. It may help for some people, but me, I feel like I had to actually write it. Like I had to feel my hand cramping up once I got to the point where I was like tired of writing, or maybe I wanted to write more but my hand was just tired of writing. And then once I was done writing, I kind of closed it up and it was like, all right, I'm done with that. I'm closing the book on you until we start writing again. It helped me out a lot because once I wrote everything out on the page, I looked over it and read it and just accepted whatever it was I was feeling in the moment. And then I just let it go. And I think that's the problem. A lot of times when you're going through things, people expect you to just get over stuff. But I feel like it's okay to accept however you're feeling in the moment. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling hopeless, it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling at the time. Not saying that you have to stay in it, but some things, that's just how you feel. And one step of moving past it is going through it and facing it. This is what I feel in the moment. Why do I feel this? If you have a lot of time on your hands and you're going through a lot right now, just with this crisis at the moment, you definitely want to journal your feelings and what's your concerns, what's some things that you can do to overcome these concerns. But you definitely have to face whatever it is that you're going through. Another productive thing that you can do is organizing or decluttering your space, whether it's your physical space or if it's on your computer, if it's on your phone, your personal space. Let's say, for example, your bedroom, you have clothes that's piled up on your bed, you got shoes everywhere. You want to organize and declutter your space. So if you have anything that you feel like you don't wear anymore, get rid of it. Shoes that you don't wear anymore, shoes that's just taking up space in your closet, declutter, get rid of it. Organize your space. If you have a website, this is something that I had to do. I've had my website for over 5 years, and I felt like as I grow as a person, my website should grow with me. So it's certain things that I had to declutter and organize on my page, and I wanted to change the layout of it, make it a little bit more mature and grown, because I felt like it was purple before and it would look kind of childish and kiddie. When I was in college, it was cool, but now I'm like a grown adult. The direction that I want to go with my website, my blog, is different. So it shouldn't look how it looked when I was in college. So that was something that I had to work on and change and organize, and that's something that I'm still working on. I still like tweaking little things here and there because I always feel like there's room for improvement. Your phone. I feel like this is something huge that you can do right now to be productive. Sometimes we're at an important event or we want to save something and then we can't save it because we don't have any more room in our phones. I've been through it plenty of times with old phones. That's why I had to get phones with a lot of storage, because I'm a phone hoarder. I'm a hoarder of pictures. I'm a hoarder of videos. I'm a hoarder of quotes and things like that just feeds my spirit and my soul. I am a hoarder. I take screenshots all the time of stuff. Ooh, I like these shoes, or something can inspire me for something that I want to do business wise. So my phone is full of pictures. I actually read that your phone literally gets a little bit heavier the more that you save stuff in it. Not heavier like pounds, but a tad bit heavier the more that you have saved in your phone. Let's say you got a lot of videos or a lot of documents saved on your computer, or let's say you have multiple versions of a document that you've saved several different times. Just clear out all of that stuff, because I feel like when you declutter, then your mind, you can focus better. One thing that is so hard for me to focus is when I have a cluttered space. When I have stuff all around, I can't focus on the task at hand because I'm too distracted. Emails, that's something that you can organize and declutter. I have different groups and ways that I organize my emails. So let's say if it's something like work related, I have templates that I constantly have to use at work to send out to people. So instead of typing the same email over and over, I can have the template email and change the person's name and send it out depending on whatever I'm talking about. Then I have folders in my email. So let's say if it's a receipt from something, then I'm gonna put that email in the receipt. Let's say if it's an important document that I'm gonna need for something else, or something that I really wanna save, then I'll move it to my important documents folder. I like grouping my emails in folders so it's easier for me to find something if I'm looking for it, and so that way I don't have as many emails just to go through. And it's just helpful. When I used to have my online store, every time someone made a purchase and I got alerts from it, I would move it into that folder just so I can have everything grouped together. If I had to buy product for my store, I'll put that in a folder with everything grouped with money that I spent on my business. So you definitely want to try to organize it, declutter. If it's anything like spam or the subscription that keeps coming to you that you don't read anyway, unsubscribe. Just try to declutter your emails, because once you declutter your space and organize it, you will be able to flourish and function to your best ability. It can be even something as simple as your fridge. Something that I organized was my packet drawer. And I know this may seem so crazy, but I know a lot of people have it, especially black people. But we have packet drawers where we have packets and stuff from different restaurants and food places. For example, if I went to Taco Bell and I have the little leftover seasoning, the packets of the sauce that we put on the tacos or the quesadillas or whatever like that, I've organized my packet drawer to put the certain types of things in different little Ziploc bags. So if I'm looking for a certain packet, I can find it easily instead of it just being all scattered over the drawer. That drives me insane. I know that's a lot, but you know, I just want to organize things and just get rid of anything that you don't need. Clothes, like I mentioned, anything that's extra, give it away, throw it away, give it to charity. Just clear out your space, declutter, organize. Another thing that you can do to be productive is deep cleaning. And I know that sounds very similar to decluttering and organizing, but it's different, because deep cleaning, when I think of deep cleaning, I think of a lot of little things that may not get that TLC all the time, or that you can give a little more TLC to if you had a little more time. Let's say, for example, makeup brushes. Some women, they wipe their makeup brushes off when they're finished using them with a spray and just wipe off the surface. Maybe you want to get a little deeper and really deep clean into those brushes now that you have a little bit more time. That helps with your skin, and your skin will be clear the more that you wash your brushes. You really should be washing them every day. But I know a lot of women don't have the time, especially when you're rushing, you're going to a party or something like that, and you do your makeup. You don't have time to deep clean each brush. Who has time to do that all the time? Your blinds, sometimes your blinds can get dusty. Baseboards in your crib. Another thing that I always have to deep clean, I just feel like that's just a chore in itself, is my bathroom. Deep cleaning the toilet, around the toilet, the tub, wiping down mirrors, sweeping the floor, mopping the floor, under the cabinet. Sometimes you can be moving products around and it can get all messy. So I've actually organized that so I know where everything is and I know how to find it, and I kind of group things together, like my skincare, my hair stuff, my body stuff like lotions and sprays. So I grouped everything kind of together so that way it's easier for me to find whatever I'm looking for. So you definitely just want to deep clean the nooks and crannies that get overlooked. Another thing that you can do to be productive in this time is online courses. So online courses is anything that you can find online about a particular subject that you can be interested in. So for example, let's say if you wanted to write scripts or plays or things like that, they have a lot of online courses where people can teach you how to do that. Whatever you want to learn, you can find an online course on it if you dig deep and search. If it's any particular subject You can pay. I even did some online courses that were free. I did one before about credit, building your credit, and different tips and tricks and things that you can do to help build your credit, and learning more about what affects your credit the most. So now would be a great time to focus on different things that you want to learn about, and you can do those little online courses to learn about whatever topic it is that you're interested in learning about. Another thing that you can do during this time is create a budget. Creating a budget is very important, because when you make a budget, you'll know what you're spending your money on, or what you should be spending your money on. But what I like to do is I keep all of my receipts, and then every month I'll go through and just analyze everything that I spent money on, and I'll group it into different categories. So for example, I have a food category. I have all of my bills, so that's one group. Food, shopping, like when I buy clothes or just any miscellaneous things. And then I have a category just for additional expenses. So let's say when I used to get my nails done, or if I went and got my hair did, or just anything like that, I would just see, what am I spending money on? Where can I cut corners? And usually the biggest area where I spend most of my money on will be food. I've noticed that when I go to the grocery store and I try to limit myself from eating fast food, I save so much more money, because when you really think about it, you can buy a couple of things from the grocery store and it can last you for weeks at a time. Whereas I can go to a restaurant and spend $30-$40 on one meal. Maybe I have some leftovers for that night or the next day, but I just spent $40 on that when I could have bought $40 worth of groceries to last in my household for a little while. So that's something that I would definitely do, is make a budget, because I'm telling you, you can save so much more money when you realize where your money's going, and then you delegate your money to where it should go. First thing, when I get paid, 10% goes to the church. Tithes, non-negotiable. Since I've been working this job, I've always done it, but then sometimes I get off track. But I've been faithful with it, and I feel like God truly has blessed me, because I've been in some low points where I didn't have $5 to my name. When you're at your lowest points and you still make it through, it just makes you realize that the more, as long as I'm trying to hold on to this and keep it to myself, then it can easily be taken away from me. But when you give back, you pay it forward, you give to others and things like that, you'll continue to be blessed, because you're not holding on so tight to that money. You're giving, which is allowing more things to come to you, you know. And when you give that 10%, it's going to come back tenfold. So I truly believe in tithing. I'm getting off subject, but tithe is important. Savings is important to me. That's definitely like the second thing that you got to do with your budget, is make sure that you have money saved for emergency fund. Because just like, for example, what we're going through right now, a lot of people, it's very few people that expected something like this to happen. They did have some people who had their theories, but very few people. The economy with jobs, people not being able to work, food, not being able to get out of the house, you can't go anywhere. So I would definitely say you want to put some money aside every month for savings, and have some liquid money. There's nothing wrong with investing and things like that, but you definitely want to have some liquid money and savings in your savings account that you can just move over to your checking if need be, if it's an emergency and something came up and you really needed that money right then and there. I've recently been hearing, don't leave your money in a place where it's not moving, basically like a savings account where your money's not working for you. But I would much rather have that money in my savings account. If something happened, I can get to it instantly than having money in another account. It's always good to have both, but you definitely want to make sure that you have money in your savings and emergency fund for immediate use if something happens. The next productive thing that you can be doing right now is pampering yourself, giving yourself a spa, self-care type experience. So some things that you can be doing is, for my ladies, you can do your nails. I always like to do little press-on nails and things like that, because I don't have to go to a nail shop, sit there for hours, pay about $50 to $100 just to get my nails and toes done, when I can do them at home for like $5-$10 tops. Doing your hair, maybe washing it, deep conditioning it, styling it. Skincare is another way that you can pamper yourself. You can try out different kinds of creams. Give yourself a nice face mask. Maybe you might have one of those masks sitting around, or you might might have an exfoliator. Give yourself some TLC. You got to take a nice bath with the bubbles and light a candle and get you a glass of wine. Do whatever you feel like would be relaxing to you. Every once in a while, you have to pamper yourself to keep yourself in a good, healthy mind frame, because I feel like sometimes when I work too much and I'm stressed out and a lot of stuff is going on, sometimes you just gotta take a break, because that is productive. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how can you help others and do things for other people? So you definitely have to put yourself first and pamper yourself, treat yourself. I'm not saying that you got to do this all the time, it got to be an everyday thing, but you do definitely, if you have some free time on your hands, want to treat yourself and give yourself that self-care that's needed. Another thing that you can be doing is exercising. You gotta do some sit-ups, some crunches, push-ups, get your little exercise in. You can find a YouTube video. If you have a smart TV, you can pull it up, some different little workout videos, and just work out from home, because that's definitely something that's productive. And a lot of times when you work out, you feel better, and then mentally you're in a better state as well. I've noticed that when I work out, I get a lot of creative ideas that come to me while I'm running, and if I'm listening to my music, and just all kinds of ideas come to me. It's good for your health as well. It strengthens your immune system, and right now we definitely want to have a strong, healthy immune system. Another thing that you can be doing right now is trying new recipes. Some people, you may not even have a choice because you can't find certain things in the stores. I know I couldn't find much, so I started trying some different things and getting some different things from the stores that I've seen before, and I'm like, this would be nice to try, or I could try this. And if you follow the recipes to the T, it's kind of hard to mess it up. It's very rare that I can follow recipes to the T, because I always end up not having a certain ingredient or something, and I have to freestyle something. But I've noticed that just in a regular work day, when you're so busy and you work a 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, I work a 9 to 6 and sometimes 7, 8. When you're working all the time and you got so much stuff going on, it's hard to try different recipes. And I think that's another reason why so many people eat fast food, because they eat the same things over and over and over again. So maybe if you try some new recipes, search some different recipes and try them, then you'll be more likely to buy groceries and eat at home, and then you can save more money. Whereas having that fast food because you want something different and you're tired of eating food at home. So you definitely should try some new things, because it's exciting when you have new recipes. Another thing that's important and productive, it may not seem like it's productive, but meditation is so productive, because it's the one time that you can kind of clear your mind. You give your mind permission to just clear itself and focus on things that you wanted to focus on. It's been so many times I've been so stressed out, I've had so much stuff going on, and I meditated because it helped me clear out all those negative thoughts, pretty much any thought that I was having at the moment, and just focus on my breathing, focus on just being in the moment. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time or two, I was just kind of like, this stuff ain't working, it don't feel like it's working. But if you just keep doing it and you keep trying and you really focus on your breathing and just being in the moment, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like so helpful and beneficial to you, because we need time to let our brain relax. Yeah, when we take a nap and go to sleep, we relax, but in the day while we're awake, sometimes we need to let ourselves meditate. Sometimes we can meditate on certain things. Let's say, for example, I know some people do something called the first 15, where you wake up in the morning, you read the scripture, you meditate on it, and then you pray. So 5 minutes each. Some people do that however you want to do it, but you definitely want to meditate because it helps you clear your mind. Which brings us to the next point. Sometimes there's so much stuff going on in the world, and you just have to pray on certain things. And I don't know what your religion is, whoever it is that's watching this video. And yes, I have a glass of wine with me right now, and I'm talking about prayer. Jesus turned water into wine, so do not judge. I would say that prayer is something that's very beneficial, because that was the one thing that helped me keep my sanity, along with meditating and journaling. All of that was beneficial. But when you're in times when you're alone, there's so much stress and things going on right now, the power of prayer is just so undescribable. I can't even come up with a word to describe the power of prayer, because it's real, and I've witnessed it in my life where I've been through things, or had to deal with certain people or energies and vibes, and I just went home and I'll pray on it, and the atmosphere can completely change. So the power of prayer is real, and it's something that, even though I'm telling you guys this, and I've done this several different times, prayed on situations, it's something that I can always do more. Sometimes I feel like I get in my head too much and I think too much about things and focus on things and worry on things. And lately I've just been like, you know what, Sierra, just have peace. Peace. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. That's a scripture that I try to live by, because anything that you're worried about, if you're worrying about it, that means that you don't have faith in God, that whatever it is that you will overcome it. It's natural to be a little worried sometimes about certain things, but you have to have faith and know that God is going to help you overcome anything that you go through. And I'm a firm believer in God. With all that being said, those are the 15 things that you can do to be productive right now, just to stay on track and to excel in life and accomplish your goals. So I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear that you're bored. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said before, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll be the first to see every time I post a new video. I just know it's so much stuff going on right now. To use this time wisely. Definitely live every day like it's your last. And until next time, deuces.